الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وأصلي وأسلم على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا العلم النافع وارزقنا العمل الصالح. قل تبارك وتعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون أياما معدودات. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "O you who believe, it's been written upon you, or it's been made incumbent upon you to fast as it was for those who have come before you, so that maybe you can have taqwa. لعلكم تتقون." In this ayah, في هذه الآية ربنا تبارك وتعالى يبين لنا أمورا. الأمر الأول أنه قد كلفنا بشيء، ثم بعد أن كلفنا بهذا الشيء خفف عنا هذا التكليف بأن قال: قد كان مكلفا قبلكم، قد كان من كان قبلكم مكلفا بهذا التكليف. ثم بين لنا الحكمة من هذا التكليف، وهو لعلكم تتقون، أن الصيام يدعو إلى التقوى. So in this ayah, Allah Azza wa Jalla tells us a few things. The first is that He's burdened us with an obligation to fast. And then after He tells us that He's burdened us with this obligation, He tells us, or He lightens the load a little bit to make us feel better about it, not so burdened, not so bad, that He says it was written upon those who came before, meaning that others who were before you, who were sent messengers, who were also Muslimin, they were commanded to fast as well. So that it's not just something that you were told to do, it's not just something that is upon you to do, but it's something that is normal. It's something that was already happening from before. So don't feel so burdened. Don't feel like you're being commanded to do something that didn't exist before. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us the wisdom, the reason, right? The benefit of fasting, and He says, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. And many times we find today people fast and they include their intention in fasting. They include, going on a diet, or they include health benefits. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not mention any of those. He mentions taqwa. Now, when a person makes the intention to fast, yes, there are health benefits, and yes, it helps you do a diet, but your intention should solely be for ibadah. Your intention should solely be for ibadah, so that you can get the full reward and you can get the full blessing, or you can get the full benefit of taqwa. Taqwa is one of the التقوى من أهم مقاصد الشريعة. One of the most important intentions behind the rulings of Sharia is to have taqwa. Because when you have taqwa, you are putting up a barrier between yourself and the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Taqwa is something that assists people to get into Jannah. Taqwa is something that brings people closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one of the means, one of the ways to attain taqwa, to benefit from taqwa, or to become muttaqi, or to have more taqwa, is to fast, right? And during fasting, and how fast helps you have taqwa, how fasting helps you have taqwa, is that you're having a relationship between you and Allah Azza wa Jalla that nobody else knows about. So you don't have a camera on you, or you don't have a person following you everywhere you go to make sure you're not eating or drinking. Rather, even if you did have that, there's nobody watching your intention except for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because a person, maybe they don't eat and drink all day, but in their hearts, their intention is just because they want to do it for health benefits, and they're not doing it for Allah. But if you're doing this for Allah, this is a relationship you have between you and Allah, a covenant that you're having between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you are getting used to upholding your covenant or upholding your commitment to Allah Azza wa Jalla between you and Allah without anybody else knowing about it. And this is the basis, هذا أساس. This is the foundation of taqwa. The foundation of taqwa is that you make the intention to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you follow through with it. Whether it's doing something that He's commanded or staying away from something that He's prohibited. So fasting helps you do that for the duration of the day. Whether the day is long or short, fasting helps you hold on to that. Because in addition to being obedient to Allah Azza wa Jalla, you're refraining from eating food and drink. And food and drink is something that we need throughout the day so that we can function well. When we don't have the food and drink throughout the day, we feel a little fatigue. We feel a little, how would you say, our mood is not well. We have mood swings or whatnot. But then we refrain from eating and drinking. Why? Because we want to continue to please Allah Azza wa Jalla. So this helps us maintain this taqwa, and this helps us practice having taqwa. This is why fasting helps you have taqwa. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. May Allah Azza wa Jalla bless us with taqwa, bless us to obey Him, bless us to and have mercy on us. He Azza wa Jalla is able to do what He pleases. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
يا شيخ لما قال الله في القرآن قال ولا تباشروهن وأنتم عاكفون في المساجد، كيف يعني؟ تلك حدود الله.
أحسنت. جزاك الله خيرا. ولا تباشروهن وأنتم عاكفون في المساجد. المباشرة is to physically interact with your wife. Physically interact with your wife, whether it's touching, whether it's kissing, and anything beyond that. So it's prohibited when a person has dedicated himself to do i'tikaf in the masjid. So i'tikaf is a specific form of worship, specific ibadah that is done in the masjid. Right? So you stay in i'tikaf to worship Allah Azza wa Jalla and you don't leave the masjid. Whether it's one night, whether it's for a few hours, right? Whether if it's for between two salawat, for example, this is all considered i'tikaf. So if you've made the intention for i'tikaf, then it's impermissible for you to have any foreplay, as they would say, with your wife. وَلَا تُبَاشِرُوهُنَّ وَأَنْتُمْ عَاكِفُونَ فِي الْمَسَاجِدِ. حفظكم الله. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. جزاك الله خير.